In the 1980s, there was one man who inspired millions of kids that were told they were too short to be good at basketball. He played tough defense. He made great passes, and he soared through the air, almost floated high to the basket, dunking the ball like nobody else could. His name was Spud Webb. Nobody expected him to make it to the NBA. Certainly nobody expected him to win a dunk contest, but he defied all odds, and he left with a legacy that would last forever after 12 years playing in the NBA. His story is one of triumph, but it was not always easy. I don't play small. You have to go out and play with what you have. I admit I used to want to be tall, but I made it in high school, college, and now the pros. So it doesn't matter. Spud Webb is a retired American professional basketball player, best known for his incredible leaping ability despite his small stature. His full name is Anthony Jerome Spud Webb. They used to call him Sputnik, which was the first satellite launched into low Earth orbit by the Soviet Union. He was born July 13, 1963 in Dallas, Texas. At just 5 foot, 6 inches tall, and 133 pounds, Spud Webb was typically the smallest guy on the court, no matter what level of basketball he was playing. Webb grew up in a poor neighborhood in Dallas, where he discovered his love for basketball despite his height. He was frequently overlooked by teams, but his skills and athleticism eventually shone through. In high school, Webb was able to dunk, which was a rarity for someone his size, and he eventually earned a spot on the team at Wilmer Hutchins High School, where he recently had his number retired.
The legend Spud Webb had his jersey retired tonight at Wilmer Hutchins High School.
3 days before the dunk contest, he's like, they want you in a dunk contest. I knew the repertoire of dunks I can do, but Dominique Wilkins is probably the best dunk I ever seen in my life. He was a best friend and a teammate that was throwing the ball in the air and going and catch it and dunk it. I was only doing that really because I couldn't palm the ball. I think I was probably the first guy who was throwing the ball in the air and going and catch it and dunk it. Doc Rivers told me I'd never let that down, winning the dunk contest. He wasn't joking, man. It's everywhere you go. You know, it's a lot of hard work, going, playing sports, and your community recognize you, your school, to retire your jersey is one of the best honors you can take, man,
Spud Webb started at Midland College, a junior college, where he helped lead the team to a National Junior College Athletic Association, NJCAA, championship in 1982.
Raised in Dallas.
Senior year, he packed the gyms wherever he went, all in the suburbs and everywhere, and they were talking all over town about Spud Webb, the dunk. He could dunk the ball. I know this coach said one day they were practicing at the gym, and everybody called and told him, come up and see Spud, he's dunked the ball. I think he was on about 5'4" then.
Well, I coached Spud in 1980, 81, 82, and when he first came on campus, he was very shy. And everybody knew he was a good athlete, but he was very shy.
When he went to Midland Junior College, we started really seeing how great he was and that he did have a chance at maybe becoming a professional ball player. And when he had a chance to go to NC State, we kind of figured if anybody gave him a chance, that
he transferred to North Carolina State University, where he played under coach Jim Valvano. Despite his small stature, Webb stood out for his quickness, ball handling, and scoring ability.
Recruited him very heavily when I was at Bradley. I liked him very much. I went to see him play in junior college. I wasn't sure. I asked the TV guy from a local TV station, do you have any tape on him? He had a highlight tape. I couldn't believe what I saw. Spud Webb doing unbelievable things for a 5'7" man.
I set my goal to be in the NBA when I started at the boys club in the 7th grade. And I made it in the NBA.
He even played Michael Jordan and dunked on him while Jordan played at North Carolina.
16:05 left in this game. Spud Webb shot no good, and a foul's called. This one's going to go against the Tar Heels and Steve Hale, and that's his fourth. 8 points for Spud. Kicks it up to Gammon. On up to Spud Webb. He drives on Matt Doherty. The shot is good. Spud Webb just took it to the goal. He has 10 points. Steal by Gammon. Up it comes to Webb. In on Peterson, and it's good. It's a 10-point. 21 points for Michael Jordan. Ernie Myers. Spud Webb in the corner. Spud Webb for him. And it is. Bolton got a hand on it and it's taken away. Spud Webb up to Bolton in against Doherty. Spud Webb! 5'7" Spud Webb.
Webb was drafted in the 4th round of the 1985 NBA draft by the Detroit Pistons, but was waived before the season began. He eventually signed with the Atlanta Hawks, where he played alongside Dominique Wilkins.
I tried to post him up in the game. Actually, we enjoyed it because we knew what was going to happen. He always said, you use your size, I'll use my speed.
I think one of the first dunks I've seen him do was against the Lakers, coming down the lane, and it was Kareem and Magic, and I want to say it was Kurt Rambis, and he threw it down.
So Webb on the open floor.
And then everybody turned around and looked at it like, huh, he can play. So we both, myself, Doc Rivers, went to Mike Fratello and said, we can't cut this guy.
Between myself, Cliff, Dominique, Antoine, I mean, we're busting our tails down the floor to try to get the ball from him because, like I say, if you're not with him, it's just too bad because he's going to get down the floor and he's just that explosive, just that quick.
So we were playing Atlanta, and I got switched out. And I was like, okay, I'm going to space him. I'm going to make sure he could just, knock down a jump shot. He's not going to get by me. The next thing I know, he's by me. But not only is he by me, he's finishing at the rim over the shrimp, and I'm in the lane trying to block him from behind. He was definitely too quick for me, even though I thought I could keep Spud in front of him.
Once you're on the heels, you can't do it. And that's what he did to Isaiah. He got Isaiah, because look how far Isaiah's back from him. Isaiah's playing against that speed, He's back on his heels. Boom, here comes the cross.
The first day I seen him play, I went to the coach and told him it'd be a big mistake by cutting this guy because he's the guy who's going to help us when the season starts. And unfortunately, he got hurt in training camp, and no one really got a chance to see what he can do. And I kept telling the coach, let's hang on to him and let's give him a chance. First regular season game we played, he had 22 points and 11 assists, and that was big for a rookie, especially a guy his size, and all the odds was against him to do as well as he did. I respect him a lot as a person as well as a player because he beat all odds. He's a guy who had a tremendous heart. He had more heart than a lot of guys I know because his will to go out there and do well and to compete.
Actually, double T. Now triple T as well. Oh, what a showboat laying there, the form.
When he dunked at home, they would just leave the seats. I mean, they would go crazy, high-fiving, jumping, doing all types of things because it was so exciting to see play a guy that small and a body that small.
Webb's most iconic moment came during the 1986 NBA Slam Dunk Contest, where he stunned the basketball world by winning the contest, defeating Wilkins, who was known for his own dunking prowess.
Cliff, Dominique, Antoine, I mean, we're busting our tails down the floor to try to get the ball from him because, like I say, if you're not with him, it's just too bad because he's going to get down the floor and he's just that explosive, just that quick.
So we were playing Atlanta, and I got switched out, and I was like, okay, I'm going to space him. I'm going to make sure he could just, knock down a jump shot. He's not going to get by me. Next thing I know, he's by me. And not only is he by me, he's finishing at the rim over the shrimp, and I'm in the lane trying to block him from behind. He was definitely too quick for me, even though I thought I could keep Spud in front of him.
Once you're on the heels, you can't do it. And that's what he did to Isaiah. He got Isaiah, because look how far Isaiah's back from him. Isaiah's playing against that speed, He's back on his heels. Boom, here comes the cross.
The first day I seen him play, I went to the coach and told him it'd be a big mistake by cutting this guy because he's the guy who's going to help us when the season starts. And unfortunately, he got hurt in training camp, and no one really got a chance to see what he can do. And I kept telling the coach, let's hang on to him and let's give him a chance. First regular season game we played, he had 22 points and 11 assists.
Big patch in the side of their head, and it just was one of the best dunk contests I ever seen.
I don't think there'd never be, in terms of an underdog performance like Spud, because we knew Michael and Dominique were special and Dr. J, but nobody knew Spud was special like that as a dunker.
And I know he's really pumped up. The adrenaline is going to be really high when he got to Dallas, and he went in there and he did some things that we've never seen in practice.
I must tell you, I did not know he was going to do some of the dunks he did because we never seen him do that before because he never worked on it in practice. So it kind of shocked me with a few things that he did.
But, obviously everybody in the warm-ups is going to be showing a little bit of what they have. It's a packed crowd. Everybody was just doing their thing. Neek was throwing it off the glass and dunking it as hard as he can. Terrence was doing 360s, and I was doing my thing, and along with all the other guys. And Spud was just almost like doing a layup. It was crazy.
I was talking to him about how to impress. I told him because of his size that he had a long way to go, that he wanted to pace himself.
I think you saw the guys. I think it was Michael and Patrick's reaction. Everybody knew he could jump, but I think the dunks he was doing and the elevation, it started to surprise everybody, and that's when everybody at that arena started.
Spud Webb played 6 seasons total for the Atlanta Hawks. The 1990 season was his final and his best, where he averaged 13.4 points and 5.6 assists per game. His next 4 seasons would be with the Sacramento Kings, which were his most productive seasons. The 1990 to 1991 season saw Webb averaging 16 points and 7.1 assists per game.
His teammate and close friend would be the shortest man in basketball, 5'6" Spud Webb. Together, Webb and Bowl became the talk of the United States Basketball League. Like the rest of America, Spud Webb watched in awe.
I mean, I come right up to his waist too. He's, unbelievably tall, and just him being, way over me, it makes me even look shorter. So I try to stay away from him.
Spud Webb may be only 5'6" tall, but he became the NBA's dunking champion this year. In so doing, he let all of America know just how good he can be.
It's a big thrill when you're a guy say he's just in it, and he's not going to win it, which is what I was hearing. And it gave me a more incentive to go out and show this guy that I could do it. And I knew what I could do, it just that the people and the fans had never seen me do it before. And it was
Throughout his NBA career, Webb played for several teams, including the Atlanta Hawks, Sacramento Kings, Minnesota Timberwolves, and Orlando Magic. He was known for his speed, playmaking, and ability to energize the crowd with his dunking, despite his small frame. Webb played 12 seasons in the NBA, ending his career with 8,072 points, 9.9 points per game, and 4,342 assists. There are not many players that make it in the NBA. The fact that Webb was able to play 12 seasons and be as productive as he was, despite his height, is truly remarkable. After retiring from the NBA in 1998, Webb worked in various roles, including as a front office executive for the Texas Legends, the Dallas Mavericks NBA G League affiliate. He has also appeared in several television shows and commercials, continuing to inspire fans with his story of overcoming the odds. Webb's legacy is one of perseverance and determination. Despite being one of the shortest players in NBA history, his leaping ability and basketball IQ allowed him to have a successful and memorable career. His victory in the 1986 dunk contest remains one of the most iconic moments in NBA history, and he continues to be an inspirational figure for athletes facing challenges related to size or other limitations. If you grew up in the era of Spud Webb, you often think of Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, but when you hear the name Spud Webb, you think of pure basketball fun. He was truly a joy to watch and one of a kind.